At 4:15, we have Coach Carl here to just have a conversation about so many things that make sense, things that people need to talk about. We talk about self-improvement with Coach Carl. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Very well, Coach Carl. Thank you for coming through the Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
When do we stop saying Happy New Year? 7 days down the year.
I think the whole of January.
The whole of
saying
January.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, the whole of January. Coach Carl has spoken. I listen to my coach. I'm the one that listens to my coach. Coach Carl, what is the fixation? Mm-hmm. Where did it come from? Why do we always talk about setting goals every beginning of the year? That's what we're talking about. Talking about setting goals for 2025.
Yes, I think at the start of the year, it's very synonymous with goal setting. So generally, why we set goal is we want to reflect on where we have been the past year, and we want to actually check our progress on how we've been doing. So when now it comes to January, or it comes to the start of a new year, we now want to recalibrate and say, from where we are, these are the goals that we have managed to achieve. If we have not achieved these goals, then we want to achieve, or we want to set new goals, so that within the new year that is coming, or within 2025, these are the goals that I want to achieve. So specifically, we want to achieve, why do we want to achieve these goals? Because we want to boost confidence within ourselves that we are doing all right. We want to really see that within our companies or within our life, this productivity aspect to side of it. So this is why we set goals.
That's why we set goals. Just productivity, things that make sense. We're going to be talking about a lot of things that make sense for you. So let's get directly into it.
Yes.
The goal setting process for 2020.
Yes. So how do you set a smart goal? For you to have a goal, you should have a plan. I've constantly heard this saying that a goal without a plan is just a dream. So when you actually have a goal, it should be smart. When we say smart goals, your goal should be specific. Your goal should be measurable. Your goal should be attainable. Your goal should be realistic, and your goal should have a time frame. So if you have a goal that then doesn't have a time frame, then you're just playing around. So how do you now set the goal? What is it? What is it in? What is involved in the goal setting process? What is the process like? So for you are generally going to reflect on what it is that is happening in your life, or what is happening in your business, or what is happening in your organization. And you want to brainstorm and generally reflect on where you want to be. What is your vision in the next year or in the next coming months? So when you have brainstormed and reflected those, what you have been through, and then you want to set some clear objectives to say, in 2025, I want to make $100,000. And so you have outlined your objective, and now you are going to actually set a guideline to say, as I have set this goal, what is it that I need to actually do or to actually achieve this goal? So you need, let's say, an action plan for you to achieve your goal. So an action plan, I basically mean that you are going to take your goal. Maybe you have said, I'm going to achieve 100,000 in the next coming 12 months. So how am I going to break it down? Is it I'm going to make 10,000 in a month, or 5,000 in a week, and maybe compound it into a month? This is how much I'm going to make. So when you have gone through that process of actually saying, this is my action plan, you are going to now rank your goals in order. Let's say, for example, there's some goals that you prioritize first before others. So you are now going to rank in the order of your importance. I know as individuals we are unique in our own abilities. So we want to rank goals within our specific order. So what you primarily have to be aware is goal competition. What do I mean when I say goal competition? We generally tend to gravitate towards our energy, or we put our energy on most goals. So you may want to take your energy on, or you want to specifically highlight your energy on one goal at a time, because if you take all your energy and dispatch it into the different goals, you might not achieve your goals that you want to achieve. So when you do that as well, now you are going to say, as I have set these goals, if I have set my action plan, and as I'm going to focus my energy on this, I'm also going to see, or maybe let's say, some of the obstacles that I'm going to face. What are some of the obstacles that I'm going to face? And as the obstacles that I'm going to face, how am I going to overcome them? Yes, we are in an economic environment that may not be suitable for all your ideas, but how are you going to be innovative and creative for you to to have those goals achieved at the end of the day?
We're talking about setting goals. We're going beyond the rhetoric. It's a new year, set goals. We're talking about how to set the goals, the importance of setting the goals. And just now, Coach Carl has been talking about the challenges and hurdles that people face. Let's go deeper into the challenges and hurdles and how to navigate past of those challenges and hurdles.
Oh yes, there are some of the challenges that the listeners might be facing out there. When you set your goals, some of the times you are going to have fear that is, am I really going to achieve this? And as well, we have people that want to be perfect in everything. I want to see that everything is achieved to the to the highest precision, to the highest standard. So if you do that, you're selling yourself short, because when you look at perfectionists, you might not really achieve. So you may want to take each step, or you want to take one step at a time, and as you fall down, you pick yourself up and say, this is where I am. And one other thing as well that the listeners might face is, you may be excited in the friends of setting goals, and you may want to imitate your friends, or you may want to imitate your business partners, or maybe the community that you're around with. Maybe, for instance, they've said to themselves, or Bkay has said, I want to have a car this coming year, and maybe it's not within your vicinity, it's not within your grasp. So set something that you can attain, say something that you can achieve yourself. Don't burn your fingers because you want to be like someone else.
Yeah, just to interject there, Coach Carl, then how then do you know that this goal is a push enough? Because that can let me set a goal that's achievable, because I know I can do it, but I won't push myself. When is it too much or too little a goal when one's setting a goal?
So when you're actually setting a goal, when you write it down in your diary, there is some disbelief and looking at your reality. If you are looking at your payslip, for instance, and you say, I want to buy a Toyota Hilux, that was made in 2024, and you are looking at your paycheck and it's not commensurate within what you want to achieve. So you may want to take a step down further and say, maybe for me, a Honda Fit might be affordable for me. So now you are able to know that these are the things that are within my grasp. So once you know that these are things within my grasp, work in your lane and actually focus on that, because at the end of it all, if we have a Honda Fit and you start building up from there, eventually where you want to go to that Toyota Hilux, you eventually reach it.
Oh wow, okay, I get you. And as we close down, let's talk about habits that will engrave ourselves, and how do we ensure that we get rid of the habits and towards achieving our goals this year?
Yes. So the most important aspect that you have to look at is that when we are in January, everyone is excited, and when we are now going to February, March, April, May, the enthusiasm that you have to achieve your goal normally will die down. So you want to have habits, you want to take an action plan that you set, and then you say to yourself, this is what I'm going to do every day. Every day I'm going to remind myself that I've achieved, or I've set this goal and I want it achieved. So for instance, you might want to take a picture, or you might want to take some visualization every day that you wake up and say, I have set this goal. This is what it is that I want to achieve. And you want to also look at your why. What is it that is making you set this goal? Or what is making you be or burn to say, I want to achieve this goal? So that's why stay connected to your why. And as well, be in an environment that is very supportive, that is very encouraging. And when you tell your goal to your friends, let them say you're actually doing great, you're actually doing good. And when your goals don't happen as you want them to, recalibrate, refocus, reflect, and say, what are some of the things that I've done wrong, and then adjust according to the information that we have had at that time.
It's been Coach Carl talking self-improvement here, talking goal setting, but the most important aspect is you completing. But for you to complete, he gave us an acronym, SMART. They have to be SMART.
Yes.
Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. That's what the goals need to be. Thank you so much, Coach Carl.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back again next week, Tuesday, here on Metro Drive at 4:15.